Hello and welcome to another edition of the Power Principles with me, Dax Moy. Today I'm going to be taking you very briefly through one of our most powerful systems, or one of our most powerful exercise systems, which we call the power circuit. Now the power circuit is a no weight, no equipment exercise routine that you can do very easily every day within your own home, and it will take you between 10 to 15 minutes tops. Maybe 15 minutes when you very first start doing it, but as you become more advanced, you'll get it done quicker and quicker. Now this is a three-dimensional routine. It will take your body through all directions, flexions, extensions, rotations and lateral movements. So it will take you through every single pattern, meaning that you're going to be using what I call my 600 rule. That's using all 600 muscles of the body. Because of that, it's going to burn lots of calories, it's going to tone and strengthen lots and lots of areas, and also encourage a great range of motion. You're going to become much more flexible as a result of doing this. Now I call this the non-yoga person's yoga. Okay, so we're not going through formal yoga postures per se, but what we will be doing is going through a whole series of movements that take your body in and out of ranges of motion that maybe you haven't visited for a long time. Because of that, there is a tendency for people to over-push it when they first start this training program. So the next day they'll find that they get extremely sore through the sides of their waist, through the bum, through the hamstrings, and maybe a little bit tight through the low back. For that reason, I want you to start very easy, very simply, and not push yourself. Just go through the motions, as they say, okay? So you're going to start nice and easy, working through the patterns and ensuring that you're carrying out the motions to the best of your ability. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start the power circuit with a simple overhead pattern. You're going to start with your fingertips together in front of your body, like so. So if you put your hands together for me, Debbie. Okay, head up and chest up, and from here we're going to take the arms out to the sides, big long reach, fingertips together at the top. Okay, start at this pace for the first 5, and then start to increase your speed. Today, when you start this program, you're going to start with 20 repetitions. Okay, once you've done 5, Debbie, just take it a little bit faster. Even though we're getting faster, we don't change the technique, so the body doesn't sway around, we don't lose our positioning. Everything is done from this tall, correct postural position. Okay, so there we go, fingertips together at the bottom, fingertips together at the top. You'll have to keep count how many you're doing, Debs, because I can't keep count that talk. Okay, once you've done your 20, okay, I'm going to just talk into the next phase. Once you've done your 20 repetitions, take your arms out to the side. Imagine that you're pushing the walls away from you, okay? With your palms up, you're pushing the walls out. So do that for me, Debbie. Okay, so we've got a nice long push. Palms are up, elbows are locked, and arms are kept at about a 90-degree angle from the body, okay? Completely horizontal. Bend your knees, and you might want to just take your feet a little bit wider apart. Okay, I don't think you can see them on the camera, but if we take your feet just slightly wider and hip width apart, bend your knees and squeeze your bum, so your bum remains tight. What you're going to do from this position is, I'm going to just duck down here to give Deb space, is rotate. Okay, keep turning as far as you can whilst maintaining that squeezed bum, and back in the other direction. Okay, it's not as slow as this. Okay, so you are going to get a deliberate kind of power move that goes through. So if you do it at normal speed for me, Debs. Okay, and again, the bum is squeezed, the abdominals are kept nice and tight, and the posture remains upright. Okay, for every 5, you're going to start to pick up your speed slightly. Okay, so once you've done 5, a little bit faster, you put a little bit more power through the same motion. And speed it up again. Okay, so again, remember we're going for about 20 repetitions here. Last 5, faster still. And again, you notice, even though she's now going faster, she's still in all the correct positions. The arms are up here horizontal. There's a big reach. Okay, put your arms down, Debs. Okay, there's a big reaching pattern here. The arms don't drop because we're starting to get tired. If you do find the arms are dropping, just stop, pause, shake out your arms, and then come back and continue your repetitions. Don't rep on through the burn with your arms down here, because it's not going to do you anywhere near as good. The third pattern in the power circuit sequence is going to be a side bend. You're going to have your knees bent and your bum squeezed. Keeping your bum squeezed and your hip, you imagine that there's a belt here, okay? You're trying not to move the belt line. You're going to lean over to the right, bring your opposite hand up toward your armpit as high as you can, reaching down the leg on this side. Okay? So you've got a nice deep bend, you come back up to the center and straight over to the other side. Okay, this is what it's not. Can you just show me a bad side bend, please, Deb? So kind of a pelvic swaying like this. Okay, this is what it's not. Okay, the pelvis doesn't move around in space. The pelvis is in fact staying central here. Okay, and do the correct bend again. It's staying central while the hands move up toward the armpit and you go over. Okay, let's go with it at a normal pace, and we're building up every 5th repetition. You're going to get ever so slightly faster. Okay, slightly faster, but whilst maintaining that control. Don't lose control at all while you're doing this motion. And faster still. And again, this hand is really pulling up for the armpit. And faster still. Good, and rest. You'll notice that the pelvis isn't swaying all around the place. It's pretty static. Now I'm going to get Deb to turn sideways on for you. Okay, from this position, we're going to go through a forward bend, almost like a toe touch. Now don't worry if you can't get all the way down to your toes. That is not the main aim of the game at this point. The aim of the game is the correct motion. You're going to start with your arms overhead, and then going into what I call a banana back position for obvious reasons. Now watch, the bum gets squeezed and the pelvis gets driven forward so that you're leaning back. Now this is different to just leaning back, okay, which is going to cause a lot of stress through your back here. Squeeze your bum, drive the pelvis forward and come into a banana back position. From here, initiating the movement by pushing your bum back toward the wall behind you. Scoop down, reach toward your toes. Start nice and controlled, nice and slowly, and as you stand up, here's the important factor here. You don't stand up through your back. The back has got nothing to do with this exercise. You stand up, excuse touching Deb, you stand up through the bum. The bum drives in that direction, boom, up you come, into banana back. If you do it this way, you won't feel it in your back at all, but the next day you're going to get quite a lot of tension through your hamstrings and into your gluteal muscles here. So let's have 20 of these, please, Debs. Okay, starting nice and slow. There's 1, 2, and again, unlike the last exercise where the pelvis was staying still, here it should be your aim that the pelvis is swaying back and forward in space. That's a sign that you're driving through with the pelvis. If that's not happening, you're doing the exercise incorrectly, and you're going to find that it's your lower back acting like a hinge. And tomorrow morning you're going to wake up with a very stiff, very sore lower back. Okay, so maintaining that pace, driving through. This is the one exercise that for the first couple of weeks I don't want you to speed up the pace. I just want you to go for your 20 repetitions at one single pace. Okay, we haven't done 20 there, but we're going to stop you there just so we've got enough running time on this video. Okay, from here, your final pattern of the leg patterns is going to start from banana back position again, exactly the same. Bum is squeezed, pelvis is driven forward. Your abdominal muscles are tight whilst allowing you to go back into this position. Now you're going to push your bum back, this time bending at the knees, scooping down so that your hands touch the floor on the way down, and they touch the floor on the way back up again. Okay, so it's a double scoop. You're going to get 2 contacts with the floor. 1, 2. As you stand up, you're driving through with the pelvis, squeezing the bum and really launching your pelvis toward the wall in front of you. Okay, so it's exactly that pattern. It's nice and smooth, nice and controlled, and again, at this particular part of the program, we're not looking at you building up speed. You're going to be doing that every time you train from now on. But while you're learning the pattern for this first week, all you're going to be doing is maintaining one simple controlled pace. Okay, so the bum pushes back, scoop the floor twice, and stand back up into banana back position. Okay, so our final exercise of the power circuit are walkouts. Walkouts are quite simple, but they're highly effective at hitting every single muscle in the body. When I say they're simple, that doesn't mean they're easy. They're actually quite a tough exercise, but the idea behind them is pretty simple. You're going to start in your banana back position, bum squeezed, pelvis driven forward, leaning back from the waist like so. From here, we're going to initiate the motion by pushing your bum back, leaning forward from the waist, and reaching toward the floor. Now, if you don't have the flexibility in your hamstrings, it's absolutely fine for you to bend your knees. But ideally, what we're after is this motion. Once your hands are on the floor, walk out, keeping your arms straight. Once you get into what would be deemed a push-up position, drive your pelvis for the floor while squeezing your bum and look up at the ceiling. Pause here for a second and initiate the upward motion by driving your bum for the ceiling and reversing that pattern. We come back into a stand position, banana back at the top, and repeat. Down, walking out, chest high, bum down, bum squeeze. Look up at the ceiling, pause, walk back while pushing your bum up from the ceiling, and repeat into banana back. Let's do that again. We come down, hands are now on the floor, walk out, push up position, bum squeezed, pelvis toward floor, looking up from the ceiling. To get back up, bum comes up, walk back, up into banana back position. Now, if you've got a sensitive low back and you find that your back aches, you know, from low level exercises, you're still able to do this motion, but just make sure that you don't go into the areas of pain. And that's a good rule anyway for any exercise, you never visit pain. If you are feeling any form of pain in your low back, I can almost guarantee it's because you're not squeezing your bum hard enough. Okay? So get your buttocks squeezed, clench them really tight, and that will take away nearly all of the pressure in your low back. Do it slowly as I have. If you can only do 2 or 3 today, that's absolutely fine. We're going to be building these up gradually as you go along. But do give them an attempt. Just don't push into, you know, any form of pain zone. Don't push into the point where you feel that you've lost control of the exercise. Ultimately, the power circuit is designed to be used on a regular basis, and throughout the first part of your program, you're going to be doing this every 2-3 days or so. Okay, the main key here is for you to make sure you control it, you're doing it regularly, and we're adding progressions as we go along. As long as you do that, you're going to get absolutely fantastic results. So, pay your dues.